Okay, let's take the most cliche heavy metal chord progression of all time. And it's your job to solo over those chords. Now it's very easy to just think E minor and play all your E minor noodling over the top, but maybe it just doesn't come out sounding right, or you lack direction, or you just don't know where to begin with all those different notes. Well, what about this? This is a really good strategy that I want to talk about today, and it's all linked with my Sound Slice page. All the exercises will be over there. Make sure you click the link in the description. It's all free. You can slow the video down and speed it up and play along with it. Now, I like to use this dot to dot mentality when it comes to soloing. When we draw dot to dot pictures, we draw straight lines, joining all those dots, and by the end we make this really nice picture. But music is more creative than that. We get to draw wobbly lines, crazy lines going all around. But as long as the dots are there, we're going to have coherence and a structure to the solo. So those chords that I was playing, they're power chords, but they're implying these further chords, E minor, C major, and B major. So let's just take a random chord tone from each one of those. Let's take the third of an E minor chord, which is a G. Let's take the fifth of C, which is a G. This is future Anthony, just apologising because for the next few minutes I keep referring to a C as a G. This is actually the root of the chord, the C chord, not the fifth. Sorry about that. And then a D sharp from that B chord. And then we're going to join those dots. Have a listen to this. How amazing is that? It's simply going down the scale on one string, but you've got a target, you've got a dot, and anything goes in the middle. I could have done anything crazy, but I'm keeping it nice and accessible today. Then, nice little slide up to the third of that B chord. Back up to there. I could have gone like this, I could have gone. Doesn't matter what that middle bit is. It can be as crazy or as simple as possible, but as long as you've got a dot to go to, a chord tone, it doesn't matter what you play. Okay, chord tone up here. That G, that is the third of the E minor chord. It is also the fifth of a C chord. So I'm just going to play it again. And then I'm going to play an F sharp to imply the B chord, and then back up to G. Now look at that, that is just one fret movement. Sounds quite boring at the minute, but when you just put a tiny bit of stuff in between it, you can come up with a nice melodic line that sounds like this. So then let's just get a little bit more out there, because this is meant to be a lesson and nice and accessible, so I'm not going crazy with this stuff being played in between. What about if I chose that again as being the third of E? That's my first dot. And then I'm going to play it again as being a fifth for my C chord. Now that's going to be a fun bit. I'm going to get up to there. That's a D sharp for the third of the B chord. And then I'm going to end on that G, which is the third of my E minor chord. So this is my E minor chord target. It's also my C chord target. Here is my B chord target. And then there's my last E minor chord target with a little bit of guitar lick in between. It sounded like this. So then what is the next step? These are demonstrations and I'm showing you this concept. But what do you do? Where do you come into this? Well, you just simply pick a chord tone for each chord over this progression, and then you find your way to it. You could just go in a straight line and be boring. That would be... already it's got structure, but we're playing guitar. And we've got all the whammy bar and all the crazy licks that you practice for hours on end. So maybe you would go. A bit of vibrato and slide and going around. Oh. It's entirely up to you. You know, this is the fun stuff. I would have given up a long time ago if it wasn't for the fun stuff like this, where you can think just simply chord tones, but it's how you get there, it's what you come up with. And you can go and watch loads of guitar lick videos and throw those in the middle, as long as you have a target. It's what you've got to do, for this approach anyway. There we go, thank you so much for watching. It's one of my favourite approaches. Think chord tones with all your soloing, and you can very rarely go wrong. You just got to get those targets, and then you can do all the creative stuff in between. Extra special thanks to these names. They support me on Patreon. That's very nice of them. You'll see little extra videos to do with the main videos that I do over here on YouTube. Come and join us on the Couch Potatoes Facebook guitar community, where we all just get together and talk about all things guitar and performance and practice. We'd love to see you there. But thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.